Okay, this is a 5-minute unrehearsed guide to how you can start teaching beginner students using the free online curriculum Starfall. Okay, I'm doing this on Zoom and I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, hopefully you can see my screen. All right, if you have a beginning student with little to no previous knowledge of the English language, we're going to start with Starfall ABCs. Now, as you can see, this is starfall.com/ABCs. If you want to use this, bookmark it so you can get to it really quickly. Okay, lesson 1, class 1 is going to be the letter A. So first, make the sound with a student. Say, ah, ah. And you want to get them to say the same thing. Ah, ah. Talk about where is the big A? Where is the little a? Hello, big A. Hello, little a. What color is the A? The A is red. Just really simple stuff like that. In this lesson, we're going to learn 4 words. We're going to learn the word apple, then the plural, apples, then we're going to learn the word alligator, and then we're going to learn the word astronaut. When this alligator opens his mouth, I like to pretend like I'm afraid. I'll be like, oh, 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 the alligator. So you're going to have the student just repeating these words over and over again. You know, say, hello, alligator. Goodbye, alligator. Bye-bye, alligator. And if they have the ability, you can ask them questions like, what color is the astronaut? Is it a boy astronaut or a girl astronaut? And, you know, of course, it doesn't matter if it's a boy astronaut or a girl astronaut. Whatever they answer is correct. And then when the astronaut dances, I said, oh, let's dance. Dance with the astronaut. See if you can get them to dance. This website makes sounds. As you can see, I have muted this website so that it does not make sounds. If you want, you can leave the sounds on. Okay. Then we play a game. If you are using an application where the student could draw on the screen, you could ask them to draw a line to show where this letter goes. Like they could draw this line. If they can't draw a line, just pull out a letter and say, big A or little a? And then you want them to tell you, teacher, big A. And then you put it in the big A basket. And so we will continue playing this game until they have 4 big A's and 4 little A's. As you're playing this game, you can ask them, how many apples? And hopefully they can tell you, 7 apples. All right. What is this? It's an alligator. Hello, alligator. Okay. Bye-bye, alligator. Bye-bye. All right. So we just completed our first lesson. We learned the sound of the letter A, and we learned 4 words: apple, astronaut, apples, and alligator. If you have like an apple in your house that you can show them, like hold it up and be like, what is this? How many apples do I have? That's great. Now, for a beginning student, their classes are probably going to be half an hour or 25 minutes. So if the student is picking up really quickly, you can do 2 letters in one lesson. Like you could do A and B on the same day. Though I find with most of my beginners, especially if they are really little, even to learn those 4 words in 1 half-hour session is enough for them. So if you've finished with the 4 words, they've learned the 4 words, you have 10 minutes or 15 minutes left in the lesson, I would then go to oxfordowl.com and spend the rest of the lesson reading a book together. oxfordowl.com is a free-to-use website. This website, you can register an account for free, and they have all these ebooks. Now, since one of our vocabulary words that we learned today was astronaut, we're going to look at this book about astronauts. Now, once again, this is a beginning student. They don't read or write in English. They just learn their first 4 words in the English language. So we're not really going to be reading this book. We're going to be looking at the pictures and asking questions. Like on this page, I would say, how many astronauts? That's right, 3 astronauts. What color are the astronauts? They're red astronauts. And then ask the student, say, let's say 3 red astronauts. Good job. And of course, if the student is really even having struggle with the word astronaut, just have them say astronaut. Don't try and press them to say 3 red astronauts. So then we continue with this book saying, oh, how many kids? 3 kids. Do you see a boy or do you see a girl? And hopefully they can tell you 2 boys, 1 girl. So you can look through this book asking really simple questions like that. And then it's like, oh, wow. And then, get to the picture of the astronaut and be like, what is it? It's an astronaut. Amazing. So, wow, astronaut. So just repeating those 4 key vocabulary words as many times as you can. All right. If I have a beginner student and I get through and I'm doing 1 letter per day, they will be able to learn the whole alphabet and all of the sounds of the English language in 26 lessons. If your student is really fast, maybe a little bit older, they're able to do A and B on 1 day, then they would get through it faster. After every single one of these lessons, you're gonna send homework. And for the homework, we're gonna go to the Starfall Download Center. Oh yeah, you can see the URL here. Once again, bookmark it. And so for each of these lessons, A, B, C, D, there's also a homework that you can send to the student or send to their parent. So when you click on these are just PDFs that you could download and send to the student, or you could simply send the link to the parent. And they can either edit it in a PDF editor, or they can download it and print it out. All right, so we've had 26 lessons. Child has learned 26 letters of the alphabet. And once again, each of these lessons has about 4 vocabulary words. So by the time they have completed these 26 lessons, they will know at least 100 words in English. And it's all pretty simple words. You can always flesh it out too, like, by asking them, what is the color? How many? Boy or girl? You can get a little extra vocabulary in there. Okay, so they learned the 26 letters of the English language, they learned the sounds that those letters make, and they learned at least 100 vocabulary words. Now it's time to move to the next step. Learn to read. This is also a free Starfall curriculum. You can see the URL here. You would also want to bookmark this. This is a series of 15 lessons. And you should be able to get through each of these lessons in a single half-hour session. Sometimes if I have a student who's moving a little more slowly, especially if they're coming from a language background like Arabic or Japanese or Korean, where they don't write with like English with the Latin alphabet, they might move through it more slowly. For each of these, you're going to have 2 games and 1 book. So you'll play the first game, you'll play the second game, and then you will read the book with the student. And once again, after that is over, you're going to be able to send them homework from the Starfall Download Center. For each of these lessons, there's a homework you can send, and you can also send them a copy of the book that you read together in class so they can read it again with their parents. So yeah, these are the homework assignments that compare to these 15 lessons. And these are the books that you will read in those 15 classes. And you can send those to the students. So once again, just on the Starfall website, you've got 26 lessons of ABCs, and you've got 15 lessons of Learn to Read. So that is your first, I don't know how to do math. That is your first 40 lessons with your beginner student, all planned out. I am in the group. I'm in the Preply Teachers group. So if you have any questions, you can send me a message. Bye-bye.